Hi Army! Welcome to Gallery Jungkook. For those who have long followed every small detail and every moment that never feels accidental, Taehyung's live broadcast yesterday once again made one thing clear: Taekook is becoming harder and harder to hide. 3 short broadcasts, each lasting less than 3 minutes. Yet in that brief time, so much was revealed. The birthday song was sung over and over, laughter filled the cold air, and the members looked genuinely happy watching Taehyung enjoy the moment, even though Jungkook had to leave early due to his health. Taehyung began the live saying he was ready. The members who stayed with him on the rooftop despite the cold once again wished him a happy birthday, crowding into the camera. And among them stood Jungkook, calm, yet always present. From the very beginning, Jungkook lifted Taehyung's spirits. When Hobie asked how he felt on his birthday, Taehyung answered honestly that he was in a very good mood. The reason was simple: the members were with him. Then came the handshake moment. One by one. But when it was Jungkook's turn, it felt different. Taehyung started with Hobie, then moved to Jungkook, and that handshake lasted longer than the others. Even after finishing with Namjoon and Jimin, Taehyung reached for Jungkook's hand again. Not because he forgot, but because he wanted the moment to end there, with Jungkook. And then, the looks began to speak. As the camera position was adjusted, Taehyung stood very close to Jungkook. From the start, his eyes kept searching for Jungkook's face, as if he didn't want to miss a single detail. The smile he held felt different, softer, warmer. When Namjoon stepped back slightly and complained about the vertical camera angle, Taehyung explained why. And right after that, for a few seconds that felt longer than they should have, Taehyung and Jungkook locked eyes. No words were spoken. Yet the gaze was unavoidable. And so, the first broadcast came to an end. In the second broadcast, Jin joined. Everyone gathered again on the rooftop. Jungkook was mentioned as absent due to his health, and Jin was asked to stand in the center and share his New Year's wish. And this was where everything began to feel different. As Jin prepared to speak, Jungkook took a small step back. But Taehyung held his waist, signaling him to stay. When Jungkook gestured for Taehyung to stand between himself and Jimin, Taehyung sweetly ignored it. He gently pulled Jungkook's jacket to bring him closer, and Jungkook let him. Then Taehyung hugged Jungkook from behind. Tighter than any hug before. There was almost no space between them. It was hard to tell where Jungkook ended and Taehyung began. Taehyung rested his face against Jungkook's neck, holding him as if he never wanted to let go. And Jungkook smiled. A small, genuine smile, completely unforced. As Jin continued speaking, Taehyung didn't move. While the other members stood normally, he stayed right there, holding Jungkook with warmth. When Jin joked that a family photo like this deserved a special place at home, Taehyung pulled Jungkook even closer. His smile didn't lie. And the way Jungkook accepted the hug, calm, understanding, made the moment feel incredibly real. Jungkook briefly asked Taehyung to move forward and hug him from the front. But Taehyung chose to stay behind, holding him even tighter, as if that was the only place he wanted to be. Perhaps Taehyung forgot that he couldn't truly merge into Jungkook, no matter how much he tried, because that was clearly what he wanted with all his heart. When the conversation shifted to the idea of adding Yoongi to the family photo using AI, Taehyung suddenly remembered something important. Jungkook hadn't shared his New Year's wish yet. And for Taehyung, that couldn't be missed. He asked Jungkook to speak, guided him to the center, made sure everyone listened. His hands still played with Jungkook's hat, gently brushing it, almost protectively. Seeing Taehyung like this, placing Jungkook first, always watching over him, was a sight impossible to forget. In the third and final broadcast, Jungkook ran to join Taehyung's celebration. And in that moment, I realized, there are moments that never truly fade. Unspoken glances. Hugs that last too long to be called ordinary. And Taehyung's habit of making sure everyone notices what matters most to him. Nothing can change the meaning of all this. Because what Taekook shows isn't just interaction, it's a feeling that keeps growing more real. And a love like that will always be worth admiring. And perhaps this is what makes moments like these so meaningful. Not the cameras, not the words spoken, but feelings that never need explaining. Lingering gazes, hugs that last a little too long, and small gestures that always return to the same person. Taehyung and Jungkook never try to prove anything. They simply exist, as they are. And that is exactly where everything feels real. Thank you for watching and feeling every moment with us. Until the next story. Only on Gallery Jungkook.